All right, now joining me in studio, two men who served as combat veterans. They are now small business owners and the founders of One More Wave. Kyle Bucket, Alex West, co-founders. Thanks for coming into studio here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so you guys served. Thank you first and foremost for your service. Appreciate you coming in. Let's talk about One More Wave. This is a charitable organization that you founded. Kyle, you're the COO, the Chief of Operations, so you're the structured guy. And you are the CEO, Alex, which is more the visionary. At least that's how it works in my business. We're the ones who frustrate the COOs, right?
That sounds familiar.
But tell us about where this all stemmed from, how you founded it. Kick us off.
Sure. I started off as a volunteer surf instructor for Balboa Hospital Surf Clinic, which does surfing for wounded or injured veterans. And I noticed a need for a lot of these veterans for specialized equipment, for amputees, for burn victims, spinal cord injuries. And in March of 2015, I started it with another fellow, James McFadden, and just for that reason, to get that specialized equipment.
So it's not just something where you're actually taking vets out surfing, which I know is part of it, but you're actually creating specialized equipment to help.
That's exactly right, Craig. So what we did was we did a big study just to make sure that we weren't somebody else wasn't doing the exact same thing in San Diego or in Southern California. And we realized there wasn't anybody actually doing that anywhere in the country that just focused on adaptive surfing equipment. So we went down that route and just started cranking out surfboards, tailored wetsuits, and stand-up paddleboards, anything that can get a veteran in a wave body surfing.
Now, I know you guys are combat veterans, but do you both surf as well?
We do.
So it is a passion of yours?
It is.
Now, how'd you get involved?
So James, who Alex was just talking about, was deployed with me a couple of years ago. He got his leg removed. Long story short, he had to have his leg removed. It was a very high amputation. And I remember when I got the call that night, we were in the Middle East, and I got the call, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, you know, what would this do for me? What would this do for my family, for my daughters? How would I react? What kind of depression would I be dealing with if I lost this outlet in surfing, if I lost ocean therapy, if I wasn't able to do it anymore? And I was like, wow, we got to do something. So that's when I came back and I joined with Alex to keep it going,
So, I mean, which is therapeutic in itself, just being able to go out there and be with other guys and surfing gals out there surfing. So tell us a little bit more about the equipment. Like, how does it work? How can we help? Is there anything that we can do to help you guys grow? Sure. Enlighten us.
So, well, there was a moment for us once we started getting a little bit of momentum where the easy button would have been to just go to a surf shop and just say to any of the vets, pick out whatever you want. But that would have been the easy way out, right? So we wanted to keep it as customized and as personalized and a world-class solution for each one of these vets. So what we do is we'll line up, we'll get the vet, and then we'll surf with them, and we have a bunch of our boards that are specialized. They have, depending on the injury, handles or some grooves we put inside the board. We might move the fins up and down on the board. Small characteristics for adaptive surfers. And we will have them try each one of these different boards and give us feedback. And we'll also study them, whether it's our organization or we'll bring out shapers that will study and surf with them to actually formulate that personalized custom solution.
Wow.
Yeah, and we also will do personalized graphics in the actual board, so they can make it anything they want. If they wanted a San Diego Padres logo because they're an old Padres fan, they could do it. If they wanted their old unit logo, we could do it. If they wanted just something nice and clean and classic looking, we can do it. But the most important thing is it's their call and it's their own form of art therapy to make it their personalized board.
That's awesome. And then you guys are going out there and actually surfing with them. Give me some stories of an example of a vet that you've been able to help out. I mean, you mentioned an amputee. I'm trying to envision, you know, if you see me surf, like I can't imagine doing it anyway, much less without one of my limbs. Man, the guys that are doing it with you are so brave, and I'm sure that's a small feat for them compared to some of their other service that they've done. But you're creating the unique boards and wetsuits and all this. Like, give me an example of a success story of maybe someone who thought they'd never be able to surf again, but you were able to get them back on the board and back out there.
So I'll tell one of my favorites. Currently, we have a guy named Dan, Lieutenant Dan, ironically. He lost both of his legs in an IED bomb back in Iraq in 2009. He has been doing great in his physical therapy. He's been doing awesome. In fact, he's a para-athlete for the Olympics. for the Adaptive Olympics. And he was starting to surf and get involved in surfing. And we've known Dan for years, you know, and we reached out to him. We were like, hey, man, let's get you aboard. So he slowly started getting into it, and now he's hook, line, and sinker. I mean, if you pull up the video on our YouTube, you can see him literally dropping into a massive wave in Indonesia and just crushing it. So it's pretty cool to watch that transformation of getting him dialed in, getting him custom equipment, and then getting out there and seeing him crush it.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. What you guys are doing is amazing. First of all, again, thank you for your service. But to bring vets together, who we know there's challenges as a country when you all come back, and then certainly to actually tailor this and bring the camaraderie together and create these unique surfboards and equipment, it's pretty awesome. What can we do to help you?
Yeah. Well, we actually have our 6 ways to help us. We've got
6
them
of
on our
them.
YouTube channel. There's 6 different ways to help us.
Okay.
Donate. Obviously, we will always accept those donations, so
All right.
gladly
Money.
and happily. Donate your time. We have volunteer lists for people that are living in Hawaii, San Diego, and then also Virginia to help volunteer with their time. Amazon Smiles, we're listed on there, and also
Like word of mouth, just
Word of
talking
mouth.
to your friends, family. Just knowing that we're out there is a big deal for us because you know we're such a small. You're pretty much looking at the organization right here that represents a bunch of volunteers. However, we're small, you know, so just people knowing that we're out there is a huge deal for us.
Well, I hope people today who are tuned into the show can check out your website, onemorewave.net. I'm sure you can learn a lot there if you want to donate or just spread the awareness. Certainly, as you see this post on social media, please share it. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your service. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us, Chris.
All right, more of Operation American Dream coming up next.